Okay, I'm gonna stand here because apparently the mic got issues. So it's much easier from here apparently. Right, okay. So thanks for coming today. I know it's traffic is very bad, and this is our fourth one for the year. So we're just doing a smaller one this session. I know I started quite last minute because it's like buka puasa and everything. So thanks for coming, and also we want to thank the sponsors, Google, they're sponsoring the venue, or this guy here. So thanks to Chiru. And food sponsored by Here Maps. If you here, so yeah, they sponsored us. And I just want to talk about JuniorDev. How many guys you guys here first time? Okay, that's a lot. How many of you are really JuniorDev? Okay, that's a lot also. Except for this guy. Alright. So,
Genuinely junior.
yeah.
No.
You're forever JuniorDev. So okay. anyway, continuing. You guys can follow us. JuniorDev.NY is the Twitter. JuniorDev meetup page is the Junior Developers Malaysia. Facebook group is JuniorDev.NY. So just follow us there. But most probably all the events going to happen is on Junior Developers Malaysia. What we're going to do is we're going to have like talk and share kind of event every month. Also in future we're going to have a workshop and stuff. We did one workshop previously with Google. It was the study jam on app engine deployment, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, so then we're going to have more stuff in the future as well. Other than that, mentorship kind of stuff. So before that, I just want to tell a couple of stuff about JuniorDev, how it started, and this is the thank you sponsors, and this is the agenda for today. We're going to have an open mic apparently, so okay. And introduction to the JuniorDev, I need to do this every time. So how it started was it started from Melbourne, and Melbourne started by a couple of 4 junior developers, and they moved on to spread it to other part of the Australia and New Zealand, and they went on to Singapore. And now this is the Malaysian chapter of JuniorDev.NY. So if you go, we can search JuniorDev.io. So there's a lot of, and JuniorDev.SG Singapore's one. Singapore is doing this is the second year for them this year. So, and what it is just a platform and for JuniorDev to express and to learn and to grow, to nurture them properly to the second. So we don't have a lot of dropouts and stuff, just to help them. So anything you can just approach us. There's some senior developers here as well. If you need any help facing any issue with the companies or stuff, you can just approach us, ask for advisors. See, we even have a Google guy here, so you can, if you want to work with Google, you can start asking. So, and the simple housekeeping rules is just you follow all this, it's a must. And the Heroku one is actually a Slack, so you can just follow. It's very not active actually. I need to remove it. And a good code of conduct is be good to each other. Everyone is welcome. So be nice. If you found anything, just report to us and stuff. We will make sure the person is kicked out or not killed. So yeah, should be fine. And tonight's speaker is Tongsheng and also Ellen. So she will talk about mentorship experience, and Tongsheng will speaking of straight character senior dev. So ask him how to be a senior dev and get paid more. So is it a guaranteed pay or something? So I'm not sure. And also another one thing about JuniorDev is also about diversity. We prioritize that. So it's always about 50% speaking and stuff. So 50%, one male will be equivalent to 1 female as well. All speakers, whatever we are doing when it comes to JuniorDev. So with that, I'm done crapping. So it'll be Tongsheng's turn to give the first talk. So ask him how much getting paid. Yes, please. Oh yeah, we do.
Okay, I hope this mic works today. So, hi everyone, Tongsheng here. So I was told that this is going to be a casual meetup, but I didn't know that we need to do a live recording. So this made me nervous a little bit. Usually this kind of topic is actually there's an expert there, Mr. Fast, who is very good in this kind of topic. So usually I love to participate in all this community event, but I share about technical stuff. So this is the first time I talk about this kind of what they call like bullshitting topics. So Fast, I will be looking at you lah. So please give me some clue, if I'm doing okay or not. Yeah, so. Yeah, that's fine, okay. So I heard that you want to become a senior lah because of salary or whatever, right? But you're right lah. To become a senior memang got more salary, so I'm going to share with you some tips, but it's nothing serious. It's just my personal experience. So I do not represent the mass public opinion. So this is just based on my personal narrow point of view. Okay, so just a little bit of background. I'm a principal engineer in Trita Digital. So what's the difference between principal and senior? Basically means you do more work, and then you take more shit from your boss. Okay, so I do interview a lot nowadays. So I'm trying to look for a senior, junior, and also I interview people. I've seen weird people. I've seen some very good candidates as well. Oh, I forget to bring my clicker. So I don't even have a clicker. So okay, Google, next. Okay. First of all, like different company, right? They have different standard. They have a different way to define how you qualify as a senior. So first and most obvious is don't listen to purely what I say. Just talk to your senior in the company. Maybe they can share with you. How a company recognize you as a senior. Maybe you need to be aggressive. Maybe you need to be more like a team player. So I believe different company have different definition of senior. So the best way, of course, is to talk to your senior in the company, right? So as you become a more matured developer, right, you need to communicate more. So yeah, so do talk to your senior, manager, team lead, so they're able to share with you with their experience. Next, please. Okay, so senior. Okay, so if you want to become a senior, you definitely need to take more responsibility. You definitely need to take more work, right? But is it, when you take more responsibility, is it more pressure? So it depends, right? It depends. As you become a more mature developer, right, you are able to take more works because you are able to work better. You are able to work smarter. You have all the shortcut. You are more experienced. You hardly bump into the wall for many times, so you know how to solve problem in a shorter time span. So you definitely able to get more jobs done. But of course, the pressure it depends on your company. Hello, I feel pressure because of this mic every time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if you want to become a senior, okay, you need to step up. You need to take more responsibility. Okay. Your boss asks you to do A, you should be able to say I also can do B and do C and do D. Right. So if you are waiting for your boss to give you direction, I'm sorry, then you still have some distance to become a senior. Okay, next please. That's a senior clicker. Is this a second? Okay, so today we are not focusing senior for all kind of jobs, right? We only focus on developer, basically coder lah. Okay, so as you become a senior, right, you started to understand. Right? There's nothing. There's no such thing as perfect solution, right? every decision that you make, right, has a pros and cons, right? So sometimes, and most of the time, right, as a senior developer, right, you need to make a call. You need to make a hard call. That's part of your day-to-day job. Should I use this? Should I do that? If I don't have enough developer, this is how should I do. If I have many talented people, how should we do it? Okay, so as a senior developer, this is the thing that you're going to face every day, right? You're going to ask yourself every day, you know, what kind of risks are there if I try to code like this? What kind of possible downside if I were, you know, code this way? Next. Okay, so compare junior and senior. Okay, difference between junior and senior, in my personal opinion, is because junior, right, you join a company, you are constantly in the learning step, learning state, right? So, but then for a senior, right, because they have enough experience already, you know, so they are able to tell, right, if you are doing this way, what kind of pitfall you're going to face, what kind of hidden, you know, dangers. Is this code easier to be debugged, or is it easier to be maintained? All these kind of things. So a senior person, right, are the person who are able to aware of the pitfall of the development, right? So all these things is actually come from experience, right? You do enough coding, you make enough mistake, then you're able to understand know all the pitfall. Next, please. Oh, okay, so I was told because I'm not very good in making joke, so I just put some random comics in some random in between some random slide, so just to make you laugh a little bit, hopefully. So this is the developer playlist. Okay, so it's how many of you like understand all this thing? Everything. You guys understand the joke? Okay, it's kind of lame to ask people about the joke. Yeah. You see, I told he's very good in making this kind of joke. Okay, next please. Okay, next thing. Okay, so a lot of junior developer that I spoke to, right, they always think that in order to become a more senior role, they have to be very technically strong, which is kind of true. You need to be technically strong, but not only technically strong, right? So to become a senior, it's not all about writing code, right? Because as you move upwards, so become from junior, become mid, become senior, right? Your job, right, will involve more and more communication, right? You need to start to talking to the stakeholder. Sometimes you do need to speak to the user. So you need sometimes you need to talk to DevOps team, or on how do you going to get your things out. Sometimes you need to negotiate with QA, right? So as you go upwards, right, you tend to need to communicate more, and then and communicate is important for a team, right? So as you become more senior, you start to realize that you cannot achieve great things by being a superhero. Okay, you cannot achieve great things by become a solo hero. So I would, if I would hire people, right, I would rather hire someone who is a team player. Not necessarily has to be like super duper good. Of course, you need to get shit done. So, but then the most important thing, right, is as a senior, you need to understand the importance of a team dynamic, right? How different roles in your team, how different personality in your team, you know, are able to work together. Okay. So for me, a senior person is the person who really understands about team dynamic. They know what to say in between, you know, with the teammate. They know how to listen to the team. They know how to. Next slide, please. So they know how to be considerate, right? They listen to people. They cooperative, even though sometimes some of the opinion they don't really like the opinion. made by their teammate, but they still, you know, cooperate with the teammate. Why? Because they want to get things done. So from what I from what I learned throughout my career is, right, in the modern development world, right, the success of a team, the success of a project, right, is usually measured by the cumulative success of the whole team, not by the individual contributor. So yeah, so as you become a senior, you need to start to you know, be a little bit more like a leader, right? Even though you have team lead, I mean that's another role, but you are getting yourself ready to become a team lead. So you need to start to, you know, be a leader, understand about the you know, the team dynamic, teamwork, and of course be encouraging, because as a senior you probably know how to manage your emotion, right? I mean, you know, when you have more work, more responsibility, you become more stressful. So I mean, that's also quite important beside the technical skill lah. So next please. Oh. This, okay, I was told a presentation is not complete without a cat, so it's just some random cat pictures. Next. Okay. When you are a junior developer, you learn about something. You learn about one thing. You focus on one thing. For example, you build a mobile app, right? You build a mobile app. Someone give you a task. Someone create a story for you, so you build it. Okay, so you learn about, let's say if you build mobile, you learn about React Native, for example. So you only work on a mobile app, right? But as you become more senior, not necessarily you has to work as a full stack, but you need to start to learn about how things actually connect to each other. Like I'm talking about the process, right? You need to start to understand about how things connect to each other. Like how do you going to connect to backend? Okay, when you commit a code, how the DevOps people actually build your stuff, how they actually automate your code, you know, how things get into the productions, you know, when there's a production happen, you know, I mean a production issue happen, you know how to do hot fix and all this thing. Okay, so a good matured developer need to know, even though they are maybe focused on front end, maybe some is only focused on the back end, but they need to know the overall development life cycle. Okay, next. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so this is your team lead. So have you guys, like I know definitely 99% of the developer here use Stack Overflow, right? But do you guys like sometimes, right, you copy a code but you don't understand what is that means? It's okay. That's like a what's that called? This is called progress. Okay, so progress. So I've been there, you know, I put in random code, but of course, as you become more senior, you need to start understand why things work the way they work, right? Before that, you know how to do your function, how to, you know, do some looping, some cool algorithm. But slowly, when you become more senior, you need to start to understand why people design this framework this way, why React they design this way, why Angular are different from React. So you need to start understand as yourself. Not only know how to build app, but understand how this framework works. Next. Yeah, okay, like I mentioned just now. So if a company want to hire a senior person, they are looking at someone who are able to handle the entire software lifecycle, development lifecycle. Okay, from, you know, understanding the requirement, maybe do some planning, prototyping. After that, development and testing. Testing is important, right? If I would hire someone, I expect all the senior developer to at least test their code, unit tests and end-to-end tests. So, yep. So as a senior person, you need to always make sure, right? Because you are when we say senior, right, you are definitely dealing with some junior. So as a senior, you need to make sure things don't break. So it's a kind of your responsibility, right, to make sure everything works well. The junior don't screw up your code. I mean, you have tech lead there to help you, but I mean, as a senior, you also take responsible for that as well, in my opinion. Next, please. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is my favorite. This one I saw from Tiru, Facebook. So so say the line. So yeah, it always work in my machine. This is a kind of difficult situation. This happened. How many? Is it happen to you? Right, right.
It will happen to you.
What's that? Yeah, I know Tiru is going to say that, so it's a okay, Tiru was saying what container? Yeah, always containerized. Okay, so next. Okay, this is my favorite point. Okay, so you're like in the middle. You're a burger. Okay, yeah, burger. Yeah, meat. You're not too fresh. You're not too right. So you're in the middle. So but this is actually the how to say it depends on how you feel, right? For me, it's very fun. You're in the stage where you are challenging yourself to. You're senior developer, right? The next step you go will be a team lead, right? The next step is to actually become a team lead. So from a developer, you want to transform yourself to become more like leadership role, right? And then as you go on, maybe team lead and then director of engineering, blah blah blah, CTO. Nowadays we try to be flat. We don't want to too many. Yeah. So senior is a stage where you need to start. It's a stage of struggle, right? You are you're just slightly better than junior, but you're not yet become a leader. So you're like a burger in the middle lah. So but it's good. So now you want to move further. How should you do? I encourage everyone here, right? If you want to become a senior, start taking the lead, right? Start taking the lead. Start offering help to your team. Not necessarily has to be a junior, but you can tell take the lead. Maybe if your company are making some open source, you try to volunteer to write documentation. For example, if a new joiner coming in, you try to offer like a onboarding training, like volunteer stuff, right? And when you face a challenge, when you face a problem, it's always good to talk to a mentor. I'm not sure about you guys. Do you guys have a mentor in the company? Mentor as in like not the official mentor, but someone in the company that you can trust. You can always talk to them about your problem. They will always share with you, how you do this, how you should do that. You guys have mentor? Unofficial one, that's fine. Oh, my mentor is there. 3 mentor. Yeah. I think Tiru, you joined that program. What's that program again? Yeah, there's one advertisement for Future Lab. I'll keep it for later. Okay, that's fine. Okay, next please. Yeah. Do you guys do code review? No. Everything just check into master. Or you don't use Git.
No, so how many of you don't use version control? Okay.
And do any one of you don't know what is version control at all?
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Just for you, especially, version control is what you do to make sure you save your assets. The idea is there's a feature in here called git blame. Yeah. If you write code and somebody you can blame them later.
Yeah. It's like a little button on the top left, right. If you click right, then your name will be appear here. Who wrote this line of code? It's like one of the best invention ever. Okay, next please. It's literally called blame, git blame. Yes, it's called git blame. So
If you want to know how to use it, you can type like this.
yes. Okay, this is just a tips for you. Okay, like I mentioned in the earlier slide, right? As a senior developer, you need to take more responsibility. You need to do more work, but not necessarily take more time if you know how to work smart, right? So as a senior developer, you probably need to know, all the shortcut in your IDE. Okay, you probably need to be smart on how you can automate your work. How many of you automate work, like writing a PowerShell or Python to actually automate your stuff, or even do some CI/CD Jenkins things, right? So in order for you to work more, to deliver more value, you need to know how to work smart, right? You need to know how to where and how you're going to find answer. I mean, as you become more senior, you probably know how to Google better. Can I say that? Right? That's how usually how we find answer. Don't be ashamed. I mean, it's normal, right? It's everybody find answer from Stack Overflow, so you are not guilty. But you need to be smart on how you find. So, but as you grow, as you have more experience, you'll be getting better on this part, lah. But yeah, but do try to automate stuff. Use shortcut. Go and read all the documentation, blah blah blah, and so on. Next. Yep. Sorry. Yep. Mm. That's your job to find out the answer.
Let's put it this way. There are a lot of answers out there.
Yep.
It's about asking the right question.
Ah.
If you know what you're searching for, you will get the answer you need. The problem is a lot of people just go searching for the answer without understanding what they're searching for. Again, if you want to know more about it, you can continue that.
Yeah. So the keyword here, know how and where to find it literally means know how to ask the right question. Well, which is thank you first for this one. Yep. So. Yep. This is also quite important. So as a developer, right, you need to voice out your opinion sometimes, right? Customer are not always not always right. I mean, developer know the best. They know how should be, actually developer know how to solve a problem. So, but then sometimes there's some annoying management people come and tell you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. I mean, you need to fight back, not as in fight, as in like debate with them, but you need to you need to stay strong. You need to stand for your opinion, right? You need to tell them if you have a really strong reason, you can actually just voice out to them. If they give you unreasonable work to do, you need to negotiate with them, and that's part of your job as a senior, right? When the manager come and tell you, okay, can you deliver this in 3 days? It's your responsibility to actually tell them, no, this can only be done in 5 days. That's here's the reason why, something like that. So okay, so next. Yep. So when a company hire a senior developer, they expect you to be able to figure out things yourself, because they expect you to have a strong enough foundation You already know that language. You already know certain. You already be years in working as a developer. So if you are working in JavaScript and I ask you to jump to Python, you should be able to pick up faster than a junior developer. So yeah, this also I would say it comes naturally as you grow. So yeah. So next, please. Oh, okay. I'm not sure this is a good thing, but
It's banned by YouTube already.
it's a family friendly content. Nah, just a joke. I mean, every day you work as developer, you look at the code, right? Sometimes you need some memes. Why you guys are not kids, right? So this is okay. Huh? This is how you grow, man. Huh? Okay, next please. Yes, as always, be passionate of what you do, right? Always stay up to date, read news and all these things. Why always stay up to date? Because technology change very fast, right? So if you don't always keep yourself up to date, the junior will overtake you very soon. So always keep yourself up to date. Next, please. Yep. So age, the older you are, the more senior you are. It's debatable. Some people define seniority by the age and the years of experience, but it doesn't matter, right? For me, senior is about how mature you are from the end to from being a developer, from the end-to-end process to all the design decision making, how mature you are, and how fast can you solve problem in a more efficient way. So yes, I don't think seniority is defined by age. So I have some experience. This is a real experience where we are interview someone which is actually not bad. He's quite decent, have good knowledge, and really can do a good job. But then the problem is, right, he is 16 years of experience. Yeah, he's 16 years of experience, but he's applying a job where we stated we need someone who has 6-7 years of experience. Okay, so this is important. This is important. Sometimes, right, I'm not saying every company, but I've seen a lot of company, they reject a candidate just because their years of experience, right, doesn't align with the job description. You have 14 years of experience, but you are applying for a senior role. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but the recruiter, the HR will have that kind of perception. They'll actually eliminate you because of this. So if you try to jump from one field to another field, let's say front end to back end, right, you need to justify to them, okay, I have 15 years of experience, but 9 years of them are actually from the front end, something like that. I have seen a lot of candidates actually get rejected, mostly because of the salary not match. Because you have 16 years of salary, it's quite high, but then you're getting a senior. So it's not about age, but sometimes it can define by salary. As sometimes, I'm not saying all. So sometimes it's because some company pay you really well, but then if you go to another company to become senior, say this your price range is actually more than what they can offer. Okay, so do aware. So if you don't plan to become an entrepreneur, start your company, if you plan to work as a developer, you have to progress yourself. Like every few years you have to start progress yourself. If not, when you get older, you're getting tougher for you. Next. Yep. So yep. This is my eyes look like when I'm successful. So whatever I just share is not rocket science, it's just common sense, right? So everything is common sense, but I hope I give you some, remind you lah. Okay, so as you progress, please do think about your soft skills, right? Not only your technical skill, but focus some to improve your soft skills as well lah. Like how you're going to lead a team, how you're going to communicate better, all these things. This is definitely going to help you. Okay, thanks. And last is a bonus. If you want to, if you are passionate about tech, do come to this kind of event or even become a speaker. Don't have to be shy. I'm not a good speaker, but then at least you try. It will help you to become better and better. And not only you help yourself, but you help others as well. So by the way, I'm organizing, me and Fast are organizing the Google Cloud developer community. So if you guys are interested about the cloud technology, you can join us. Google Cloud developer community. Eh? Okay, next, I think finish. Is it the last one? Okay, okay. So thank you. I hope a little bit of the tips there is going to help you in your career. And good luck. Thank you very much. Yep. Question. Yeah. Usually, if I share technical talk, this section is very stressful one. Hopefully.
If my senior doesn't force me to go up in promotion, what do I do?
No, like I say, you cannot expect everyone in your company to become your friend. I mean, you don't have to be all enemy, but you cannot expect everybody to will always help you. I'm not saying they will do something bad to you, but I think it's good to have your mentor, someone that you can always trust to, where you can share with him your thoughts without any secret key.
How do I know I'm looking for the right answer?
Huh?
How do I know I'm looking for the right
Wow, that's a tough question.
No, you know if it's not the right answer.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. Okay, I think right answer is the answer that is relatively more effective than the other answer, right? So for example, I mean, I assume you're talking about technical things, right? So if
Relationship, right?
yeah. So as you mature, you start to know more ways to do things, right? One algorithm, you have 5 ways to do it. So a more effective, a better answer is the one that is more efficient. So from all the possible solution that you can come up, you can compare them, see which one is actually cleaner, faster, run faster, and that's how you.
How do you solve a problem? Like let's say got a problem, right? Technical problem start, right?
Yep.
What's your steps to solve that issue? Let's say if you want to start, you don't know how to I don't know.
When I start, I watch YouTube.
Yeah, what's YouTube?
No, I'm serious. When you are stuck, right, don't force yourself to think that. This is okay from my experience as well, lah. If you are stuck, right, don't sit down there and crack your head, lah. Go and ask people. I always tell my teammate, man. They always, because developer has one common issue, one. They like to solve problem, one. They like to solve difficult problem. Oh, do this, but sometimes you can just ask people. Just ask the person who already done the job. So you just ask them. Second, I mean, when you are stressed, right, you cannot see the issue. So just go and relax yourself.
Sometimes you end up screwing up the good part. You're not solving the problem, but you're screwing up the good part.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Yeah, take a break. It's again, it's a common sense, but yeah, it's very useful. Question? That's the reason you guys come here, right?
How do you develop the skill set to ask the right question?
Your principle, right?
How you again? How you develop a skill set to.
How to ask the right question, right? Because how do you know how to phrase the right question?
Wait, do you know the answer?
That's what we ask.
Senior asking senior. Okay, lah. Go ahead.
They are beyond senior. This. Okay. I try my best. I think to ask the right question, right, is related to how much you understand about let's say a technology. So to ask the right question, you need to read more, listen more, or
There's another way. Another way to get really good answer, but it's actually bad to do it. You just go in like, let's say you have issues with, let's say, Linux driver. You go out to Linux forum and say, hey, Linux sucks. the audio driver never works, and people will give you the best answer there.
thank you. That's a, so to answer Tiru, I don't have a magical solution. I think it's about yeah. Because I'm a simple-minded person, I always go for the most simple way of doing things. So whenever I feel that the thing is complicated, I always ask myself, can I simplify this thing? So I always simplify my thoughts first before I try to ask the question.
I learned this from Tom actually. You know, if something is really complicated, yeah, no, I'm just adding statements. If something is really complicated, you don't know how to solve it. You look at it and then say, how? And most of the time it just breaks out. Because here's the thing, right? Most of the complexity in solving problems comes from your understanding of the problem. And the fact that you know, you're adding on layers and layers just to say, oh, this thing's too complex, making a mountain of a mole, right? Basically, when you actually look at the problem, mostly it would be something else, something more simple. And there's been a lot of scenarios. I'm sure each and every one of you have faced an issue where you think something's complicated, and then when you just do something else, and you're like, hey. If you haven't, then I'm sorry. But mostly it has, especially in a tech background.
So
We have seen bugs being solved just like that after breaking head for like, you know, a couple of days, and just a simple configuration fix. Why? Because you've been looking somewhere else. Which is why we say asking the right question.
okay, I try my best to summarize here lah. I think right, the right question is the one that people able to understand, which is the question that is simple. So I guess maybe I will try to, if I face a complicated issue, I'll try to break the things down and see whether I can make simplify it in order to come up with a simple question. All right. Is that okay, Tiru? Yes. Thanks. Wow. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, wait, one more.
No.
Salary, how? That's the important one. Okay, finish. Just make it very short. 1 second. Master.
Boss, I want money. How?
Okay. I always teach people to one way to negotiate with the company salary. Okay, it's only one simple sentence. It's actually quite it's actually quite an effective one. So you are convincing a company to give you certain amount of money, and telling them you are passionate about the company. So you usually, what I will teach my friend is you should tell people, okay, if you are able to pay me this amount of money, I will join the company immediately. No, this is when they give you the offer. When they give you the offer, you try to negotiate with them, right? So how do you negotiate? By telling them you are very passionate about company. How do you tell them you're passionate? You say, I cannot wait to join you. If you're able to offer me this amount salary, I'll be more than happy to join you immediately. Huh?
What if you're the same company?
Same company.
That's the difficult one, right?
Same company.
What is jump? I will jump lah.
I think this is related to my talk. If you want more salary, you need to able to show you are more useful. I mean, you're able to you're able to take more responsibility, right? You're able to do the job that not much people able or willing to do.
Another way is you can present a problem that you can solve. If let's say you have a certain structural or systematic problem in the company, you know what the problem is, you can offer yourself to do it. If the company accept it, they're gonna raise it. It's a good company.
Yep.
If it's not, then yeah.
Then it's a good story to tell in the next sentence.
Yeah, and one last important point. Sorry.
So as a senior team lead, if your teammates like not motivated, like they don't want to do it, they don't want to be hardworking teammates, what do you do?
Personally, I don't agree that there's such thing called lazy. There's only less motivated people. So the challenge here is, right, I mean, different people are motivated by different things. Some people are driven by a difficult challenge. Some people are driven by money. It's true. Some people are driven by the team or the teamwork and all this thing. So first of all, you need to communicate more to understand what kind of things, right, that actually drive them, what kind of things can actually motivate them. I know it's hard because, like I say, the team can be from a different type of personality. But yeah, but the key here is to understand about your teammate. I personally think you can go a little bit personal with your team. I personally think, and don't have to, even though we want to keep ourselves professional, but we can sometimes go a little bit personal with your teammate. That's really going to help.
So thank you so much, Namsheng.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
later
Thank
we
you.
are running out of time. So actually, I also have a share session. So you have anyone have something to share or something like interesting code tricks or yeah? Okay, you want to talk, right?
No code tricks. I don't know something.
Okay. Yeah. Who else wanted to do it?
Other than me,
Anything,
anyone
some
else
code
wants to
tricks or something?
share?
You get a web share.
You can lead them.
Yeah, come here. So, do you have something?
I can extend on that.
Alright.
What something.
Technical.
Oh, one. Sorry. I don't want to miss this one. Just now about the salary thing. Sometimes it's not
Can you
about.
guys stand in the middle?
Sometimes it's not
So
about
everyone can see you
giving
guys.
the. No. I just want to add on last one about the salary. I think it's quite important. Sometimes it's not about giving the right reason, and also but it's also about the right time. Sometimes when, I mean, the company sometimes gives salary based on the supply and demand concept. If if you see some of the people leaving, or maybe your company increase the budget, you need to know when's the right time to ask. That's also quite important.
Right, which basically is tying back to asking the right question, right? You need to also know when to ask it at the right time.
Yeah.
So this is more on what Tom mentioned. There was one interesting slide where he mentioned about the age, right? I just want to share something from my past. So to people who don't know, I'm Faz. I am also an organizer for Google Developer Community. We do meetups and other things. So this is from something which happened very recently, like 3.5 years ago.
Keep it somewhere around your neck. Outside. So don't touch yourself because it's pop.
In my current company,
Not you.
when I applied for the job, I
You click
was,
your hair also.
yeah, I was already like 10 years of experience, right? I already had experience as a senior developer. And
Put
I
it in
was
your
given an
pocket.
opportunity
Make sure
because,
the light is
you know,
on.
as Dubai, as a developer, given some places you understand that you don't get a lot of chance to do development over there. So I was finding it difficult to get a job. And then
Why do you work
something
here for
from
5
Malaysia
years?
popped up, and I thought they were looking for someone who's like 3 years junior to me, 7 years of experience as a senior developer.
What nothing to
What I did was
Because
I
I've
gave it a
never
chance
done
and I
it
told, okay, hey,
before.
you know
I
what?
never
Let's
speak in my class as well.
It's not
move back.
it's not a class
And what I did was in my resume and the
Yeah, but
it's like friends talking about
even though I have
talking with
3
each
years of
other.
experience, I'm looking for a
Go up
I
and
don't know
tell
anyone.
jokes.
I don't know
but I'm
anyone.
okay with taking a package which lower than what I'm doing. And the reason is this. What I believe throughout the years I've noticed is sometimes if you have to go ahead, you may have to go a few steps back, right?
Yeah, they
And
actually
when
they
you
told
do
me
that,
they were
usually
like,
what
oh,
happens is it
when
gives
these
you a
people start
clear
asking
direction.
questions.
Sometimes you really need to step away from what you're doing right now and
My
do that.
friend's a real MVP.
I did that, and it helped me to such a level that when I went into the current company, I was able to progress towards my current role, solutions architect in So for anybody over here who's actually like,
Come on, we sponsored.
sometimes you really need to try and understand where you're going and then realign yourself. So I'll just share that with you guys. Nobody's looking for a job with me. You are looking for a job and you know what to do. And beyond that, I think I'm not sure if someone already this company is hiring. So yeah. What Nathan is sharing that?
Just to add something, it's about the mentality thing. About like how to grow into a senior thing is that everybody, like, still when we're young, we know how to complain about stuff, right? So if you know the problem,
I don't want to be alone. I'm so scared to be alone.
so when you know the problem,
No,
that's
I'm
actually
there
an
alone.
opportunity to solve. So you, in a way, like,
Huh?
gradually as you grow older,
Oh yeah, got.
you find like there will be less and less people who can understand your problems and that can help you. So that is the time where you realize that you are the one that saw this problem around you and you are the one who probably know how to solve it. So that is the time that you need to step up and that is the time you became gradually a senior. So, yep.
So announcement will be last. You want to open mic?
We'll do announcement of our training course to make you
Later. Anything else to share? Nothing fun or something? Just keep it casual, by the way. Can just go in, you don't like to see yourself. So
if you don't like to tell us,
yeah,
I have a question. In developer, to become a developer, to become a senior developer, is it better than focus on one skill? Like for example, I'm doing a mobile app. I'm developing mobile app, so is it better to just focus on one thing?
I think the most important thing is to have foundation, not actually having no. Yeah, if you actually gradually you and less technical. I mean, but more towards that you don't do technical a lot, but you do much more of a high level planning, architecture, make sure everything's in place, and but the most important thing that that will help you in the long run is your foundation of how certain things work.
Thank you.
That is the part that you need to focus on.
Yeah.
So
I never
that
spoke
is very
before.
important. So it's not actually getting like
I never spoke before.
things
I never
change
spoke
all the time,
before.
like JavaScript change every 3 months. so but you need to know like how the world, how the new more. And one thing I want to tell like for younger ones like especially nowadays like with the okay functional programming is like getting more famous right and going to be the thing from the last century, but it doesn't. If you read books on about OP, they all are helpful in general. So don't, there is no like especially good knowledge versus like things that you shouldn't pick up. So
follow the same topic. So when you apply for a please. When you apply for a new job, they ask for certain experience. But how do you gain experience?
I don't have that. I'll tell you.
Yeah, so suppose you're doing JavaScript now and so you have experience in JavaScript. So how do you move to a new field? Because then they will ask experience with
The thing that we a lot of the time we like to talk about is the drive.
I'm too nervous to sit down.
If you're willing to, like, let's say you want to
Yeah.
be like a Python developer,
Huh?
at least you have to try this a little bit. But most of the
No.
thing, like for me,
Who
I
said that?
ask you about your foundational.
She's a liar.
Not
I'm really scared.
plotting algorithm, but more about like how are you going to solve the problem. So like even for interviews, you do something like a pseudo code. It normally tests like how do you break down the issues, the problem. Is most of the time coding went down to like how do you break the problem and solve them pieces by pieces. it's not about the syntax. Syntax doesn't matter because the language you change and stuff. Basically, you try to show people your ability to learn things fast, your foundation, and to break down problems. Yeah. So because you are venturing into a new field, that's not something you can sell well. So you try to relate what you're currently doing, able to like a bonus for this new field. Like for example, you are front end, you have to go back end, right? So you should be able to tell people that's my advantage. I know the front end process. I know how design works. I know how to think from user perspective. Then from that, you can tell them you want to become a back end or something like that. Yeah, you can't sell because you don't have. I think some of us here open up as a mentor. Afterwards, probably we talk about EngineersMY. I am mentoring students, so they are mentors. If you want,
Can I use one? Okay, that's going to be like Eileen and Wendy, they're from Classify. We're going to talk about mentorship experience. So that's a really interesting one, I guess. So go ahead, Eileen. She's the intern, by the way. So
Yeah,
don't
hi.
go
Is
to
this working?
be nice.
Is the mic
And
okay?
Wendy will be sitting here.
So hi, it's my first time here. I'm Adeline, and my friends are watching right now. Hi. So today I'll be talking about my mentorship. I'm not the mentor, of course not. I'm the mentee, and yeah, Wendy over there is my mentor. And so from 0 to a value more than 0, because obviously I'm not 100 yet. So this is me here. This is me at This is like in 2004. This is me at 3 years old. I like computers. No, actually I'm kidding. Who likes computers at 3 years old? My God. I was a failed Chinese pianist prodigy. Okay, next one. I'm 18. So there, I'm 18. So I'm in 3 teams this year. Press next. So I'm in EngineersMY, I'm in Rail Skills KL, and Women Who Code KL. Yeah. And now I'm an intern in Pulsify. This is me. And this is Wendy. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Next. So as I stepped into Pulsify, I was very confused. This is like me. Continue. So, but then, however, I got the hang of it, and like, yeah. So continue. So what I did was I started out with manual testing, the most boring job in the universe. Sorry, QA. And the next one. And then I did testing, but automated. I used Cypress. I learned how to turn off the air conditioning.
Cypress?
With the air conditioning remote. Next one. User support. Please ignore this. So I also wrote a user support guide for people who are going to take over my job in the future, because interns don't last there. So so I wrote a support guide to make things very easy for the rest of the people who are going to take my job. But what did I learn? My time here in Pulsify has been only very short. I've only been here for 3 months. I will be here for 2 more months, so it'll be 5 months in total. What did I learn? I got to play around with a lot of things. And note that I came from a zero tech background. I don't know anything about tech, so I learned everything from scratch. And I think Pulsify has given me like a lot of chance to learn many things, as you can tell. And I haven't even went to college, so it's a big step for me.
Wow, the mentor very good.
Yeah, lo?
The mentor.
Wendy!
Everybody's looking for mentors.
So with the help of my mentors and the team, I learned the life in a workplace. So I learned about agile, how sprints work. Honestly, I have no idea what it was. And then how to use a MacBook, because I'm very poor, I don't get MacBooks. How to use Excel and all its benefits. Who uses Excel when you're like 16 or 15? And I learned how to create slides using HTML. So this whole slide is like a product of Googling. So why being a mentee at a startup company is great? So I have a good role model. I have a good model, Wendy? A good role model? And then learning things wouldn't be so difficult. So like I can ask my mentors anything. That's the best thing ever. I'll answer the dumbest questions ever. And then I can have a better relationship comparison with my other coworkers. My other coworkers, they're close to me lah, but you know, mentee, got special connection. And then I'll start to wonder what kind of responsibilities I would have if I were a mentor in the future. Kind of like self-reflect, yeah, my future. Without my mentor. Wait, no, haven't yet. That will be me. I'll probably just simply find a way how to Google things and yeah, this is how I roll, you know? Okay, next one. But after learning a session with my mentor, like say if I ask a question and then she'll explain the whole entire universe to me, yeah, that is me. That is my reaction every single time. Next one. So I'm really, really grateful for my mentor. Yeah, that's about it.
Done? You're done?
No, Wendy is gonna talk.
Okay. Yeah. No, no. No, no. The way one. Wait. Okay, let her wait. Out the way. You wanna go up?
Huh?
She's gonna control the side for you.
Yeah. So I just put this in. Yep. Oh, sorry. This on. Hello. Hello. I'm Wendy, the so-called mentor. I mean, I'm actually not the only mentor for Adeline this whole time. She has a lot of mentors in the office. So, but I'm the only one who forced her to come here. So, yeah, I'm a software engineer at Power. I used to write code in .NET. Now I write in Angular and Node.js. I'm also involved in some tech communities that are in KL. Okay. So what is a mentor actually? Some people will confuse it with coaching or I don't know. But basically, I think mentor is just someone who teaches you, has a bit more experience than you, and then gives advice to you so that you can grow. It says less experienced and often younger person, but obviously that's not always the case. And then more importantly, there's this guy who writes a lot about mentorship called David Clutterbuck. He wrote a few books about it, and he said underrepresented employees also can benefit from mentorship, especially when someone who has gone through the stuff similar to your background and all that can help you overcome the same adversities. Yeah. So mentor actually, after I Googled a bit, I found out he's actually a character in the Greek epic Odyssey. He was supposed to watch. I mean, he watches over this guy Odysseus' son and gives him advice on like what to do after his father leaves for war. And actually, he's been giving throughout this advice giving process. Actually, at some points, it was another the goddess Athena disguised as him, giving him advice.
So this is a bit of origin of the word mentor, which I find quite interesting. Okay, so there are certain forms of mentoring, right? The most is the senior to junior relationship. Someone who has like maybe 10 years of experience mentor someone who is just started out in their career or maybe has less knowledge in a certain topic. There's also peer mentoring, where you are mentoring someone of similar or of a skill level that's not of such a wide range, such a huge gap from your own. I consider that peer mentoring work as well because I learn a lot from my peers. And then there's also this one-off mentoring where you sign up as a mentor for a coding workshop, or someone gives you random advice and that sticks with you for a while, and maybe you continue to follow that person and see the kind of wisdom they impart. That's kind of mentoring as well. Yeah, so when I talk about coding workshops, it's like there are a lot running around KL, right? They are always calling for mentors. So if you're interested, I think Rails Girls have a mentor coding workshop every year. Women of Code also runs Hour of Code. That one you mentor young kids, so the bar is super low. Okay, why do we, besides the obvious reason, it's also because it's a good challenge. Like Tongshen said, you want to take on more responsibility, right? So bringing up in your company is also something like that responsibility. And of course, it puts your skills to the test. You have been developing your skills for a while now, right? So obviously, if you have to teach someone, you need to know your stuff. So this is the right time to see how far you have come. Can you, at this point, teach someone else? And it reduces silos because maybe this is more related to peer mentoring. So when you impart knowledge to your colleagues, you reduce the possibility that only you in the company know something. So one day when you're on leave, they won't keep calling and say, hey, you're the only person who knows this. I don't care if you're on holiday, you have to fix this. So yeah, it's good to transfer knowledge to your peers. Change of pace, because I'm always coding every day. If I'm not coding, I'm having meetings. So it's nice to have someone to talk to share knowledge. It's a different I think it's a different mindset so it's nice to switch it up a bit, and also to learn from someone else's perspective. It's like fresh and also pass it forward. I've been mentored before. I've had great mentors. Some of them don't even know that they are my mentors, but they have been an impact in my life. So I like to just pass it forward. So it's a circle of life. You have to pass it forward, okay? So maybe you might feel the same way when you go through when someone asks you to, hey, do you want a mentor? Okay, so stage one is great. What if you teach them the wrong things? Oh, I'm not worthy to be a mentor. I don't know anything. I know this much only. But if someone asks you to mentor someone else, at least one person in this world think you can do it. So if you include yourself, then that's two people already. So it's okay. It's an opportunity for you to learn what you don't know, and also passing on knowledge is always good. And then stage two is you just accept it. You think okay, maybe my part is having me in their career is better than not having me in their career. I can make a small difference. Also, I know my stuff, right? I mean, I've been doing this for a while, so it shouldn't be difficult. And then you realize you don't know your stuff. And maybe sometimes they'll be asking, hey, what is this? How come it doesn't work? And you just be cool and calm and say, just give me a while. And then you go and then Google how to, exactly her question, you go and type into Google. And then, yeah, but it's good because in that moment, you learn, you pass it on to her, and both of you learn. Yeah. And then this is the best part, my most favorite part of mentoring, which one of us achieves something. Most of the time it's her. She achieves something, and then you feel like, oh, that's awesome, like great, you've done it, and both of you just feel like this moment of progression, and you feel like they're a rock star. You also feel like you're a rock star. So the takeaways, is mentoring really what I expected it to be? Retro. Is it a good challenge? Yes. Did it put skill to test? Definitely. Does it reduce silos? Yeah. And probably they also like passing on, when I pass on my domain knowledge to someone else, they also bring their own knowledge into it. They even improve the domain resilience. Oh, silos mean like knowledge contained in a, shit, I don't know how to explain.
Silo is everybody doing their own job.
Yeah, with no communication with each other, so you have like igloos of knowledge that don't Okay, so yeah, I also gained different perspective. I also enjoyed the change of pace, but I also gained more than that. I feel they get my understanding when people ask me something I don't know and I go and find out, and I'm more confident in my abilities, because maybe I was a bit confident before, but I'm more confident now because I know more things. Improve communication skills. This is quite underrated. When you mentor someone, you really have to. This is also very much challenge, because you need to understand where people come from. They know nothing, right? So you cannot start from the middle and teach them from there. They'll be totally confused. So you need to like find the balance of where you can pick up from. So communication skills is very necessary here. I also actually learned from other people's mentoring styles. This is like the benefit of Adeline having more than one mentor. Is sometimes other people will come over and teach her stuff. Like our test engineer taught her how to run Cypress and do MySQL. One of the people who doing support also taught her, why don't you write this documentation, giving her initiatives, and she did very well in that, and all she needed was just a prompt, do this, and then she took authority, and autonomy works on some people. And I appreciate my own mentors as well. I realize this, sometimes I take them for granted. Like, you have to teach me one now. It's what I take for granted, but I realize there are some people who actually went the extra mile to teach me, to get me to understand something. And lastly, got one more. Oh yeah, reliving moments of achievement. Like maybe your code compiling. Right now, when your code compiles, maybe your iris dilate, but mine don't anymore. My eyes are dead. But when her code compiles, I feel like, wow, this is the first time your code compiled. Okay, I feel very happy for you. So it's like I'm young again. Okay, so some assist for mentoring is definitely documentation would be very helpful. I don't think I wrote any that helped you, but I did write some that helped my other peers. So sometimes you will forget what you did, right? When you write documentation, you can just refer them to this and say, hey, you can pick it up from here. Communication is a huge assist, because you, like I mentioned before, you want to kind of get on the same page. I think some people are more assertive, they will tell you what they don't know, but some people, they're very shy, or they're demotivated, or like lack the confidence to, like maybe they're afraid to ask dumb questions, right? They won't say anything. So you have to have the detective skills to figure out if someone is lost, or without being too pushy. So I think it's a soft skill that is an ongoing development. I cannot tell you exactly what works. You have to learn on the way. Empowerment. This is like, there are two sides to this lah. So empowerment is teaching them how to ask the right questions. No, how to find the right answers. Which I mean, I think if you hint them and you tell them, hey, this is your problem, you're googling the wrong word, this is the right word, then they'll go on, they'll take it on from there. As long as they know where to start from. Maybe they're starting on the wrong foot. You just bring them to the right foot and let them continue. You don't empower people by giving them answers. You don't spoon feed them, because if you do that, they'll just expect answers along the way. You want to. This is what I learned from my test engineer. So when he was teaching MySQL, he was giving Adeline like okay, so if you want this, you write this select query, but then when you want to join the table, what do? He asked this kind of question, like a one-liner that she can think for a while and then answer. So I thought, hey, that's like the nice balance of not scaring her off, but also giving her enough like brain teasers to figure out. So I think that, yeah. Then pair programming is also quite fun lah. I don't know if it works for everyone, but it works for me. So I don't exactly do this lah, like when I have the driver navigator style, I don't really do this, but I do bugs with my colleague, and it really helps when we're like thinking, how does this work? So he will say one thing and then I'll try it. Then I will say one thing and then he will try it, and then we'll continue, like it's like piecing the puzzle together. He has half of the puzzle, I have half of the puzzle. Then we piece it together and we solve the problem. Yeah. So that's my part. This is yours. Conclusion. Conclusion is what? Conclusion is mentoring is mentor-mentee is awesome. Huh? What? Yeah. Yeah.
Does she make good coffee?
What? I make my own coffee.
I don't make coffee.
Intern is supposed to make coffee.
Classified interns are special.
You get paid?
Mentors make the coffee.
You get paid?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. That is it not or that's an expensive coffee, you know. Is it very expensive coffee? Taxi or
She gets paid. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
Wendy, how do you get pushed?
Oh, you just push harder. You just wait, what? You managed to do it already lah.
Oh, no one's handling the thing.
No, it's just the last one lah. What's the conclusion lah? This is your slide.
Conclusion is, it's very nice to be a mentee, and also very nice to have a mentor. That's it.
Yay. Okay, my conclusion is it's very nice to have motivated people as your colleagues, as your mentees, as your colleagues. Yeah. Eh? And who are we hiring? We're hiring interns, is it? We're hiring. Yeah, we need coffee maker. only the best kind of coffee intern. Barista. Okay lah. If you are interested in like a job or internship or anything, that my boss is there. Lydia, wearing the Pulsify shirt. Pulsify is a H. What? It's a HR platform that helps. Don't look at me, can or not? That I described wrongly. So we write HR solutions, and we do like recruitment. We help businesses, corporations do recruitment for programs and also job hiring. We do, yeah. I was recruited via Spotify as well. Yeah. So they assess my personality and they find me like a good fit lah. Like this person is good girl. Okay. Do we have anything else? Oh yeah, thanks for listening. And also we're open to your thoughts as well. I've not done mentoring for like I mean I haven't done it for long lah. So if you guys have any input or advice for Adeline or questions for Adeline, please feel free.
I need a mentor teaching how to find an awesome
I can.
There's not enough gym in this slide.
Not enough
I'll
gym,
put next time. More.
You know, this slide started off with no meme because we did half, right? So she did her half first. Then I inserted meme on my half. Then she like feel competitive, so she added more. If
Peer pressure.
I feel that my knees so try hard.
if I had more time, I would return the competition.
I need a mentor.
Yeah? No more?
Any questions?
Yeah. Malcolm.
So in your company, you guys a lot of very young students because I think at 2 years old, for me, this is the first time
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
So actually my question is like, do you guys have any, is it common? Because my question would be like, is there any challenge that you need to guide
She's an adult. I am 18. She's going to college.
No, I'm just trying, I'm not trying to say she know nothing, I'm trying to say I'm very old, so yeah.
Challenge as in like,
because
yeah.
like today, like even fresh graduate, we hear people say like, oh, kids nowadays they so fast. But I feel like it's very good thing that you guys hire like youngsters so young. So is there any challenge? Or this is like exception? The exception that you guys have?
Actually it was, yeah. Adeline is our second intern who is so young. Our previous intern also just at.
Some kind of experiment you guys running with my intern?
No, because like there are some people who just like after they graduate high school they don't have much to do, right? So they decide to. Huh? What's that? Is that a gun?
It's a brainwashing program.
Oh, tell me more later.
Why is it so long?
What? I haven't answered the question yet.
For everybody that we look, the other part aside from the skill, we also look at personality type attitude. So Adeline actually also comes to the EngineersMY community. I don't know. That's why, and then we met, and then we had a chat. So I was like, that's like,
Huh? Yes.
continue and just continue and continue until you get somewhere. So it's something that you do not give up. So something like that I saw it.
Okay, so it's not like you guys are actively looking for
no, not actively, but sometimes we meet deeper, and then the person seems interesting. So then we will approach it.
Thank you for listening.
So talking about intern, right? So my previous company I had one intern. He was a dropout from. He don't want to go to school, and it was only when we got him. Basically, a mom messaged us on Facebook, and we tried to give a try for intern. And he was 16 years or 17 years old. Was a dropout, like homeschool. And now before, and then he got actually when it was very good. He got a full-time employee now. Actually, we had to like even get a consent for a month so that we can actually hire him. That was my previous company. So anyway, go on. Now we have shout-outs and open mic, so you can say whatever within the limits and share something whatever you want, like and hiring shout-outs. So I will go first. So I work with AirAsia. So AirAsia is always hiring. So they're hiring every position. So if you want, you can talk to me, or you can go to careers.airasia.com, or you can send to me the resume. So it's much faster as well. So yeah. Anyway, so anyone else hiring or any shout-outs or whatever you want to say? Yeah. Cheetah doesn't hire, right?
So hi everyone. Waiting for my friend to set up the slides. I said, no, I'm not dressed in a proper manner. That was casual. So I'll make it as short and sweet as possible. Speaking of sweet, I think the drinks are quite nice here. So you should try it out. And so I'll go first. Basically, we're going to start. We have bar camp. We're going to have bar camp from MMU. And so I'm not strategically being out the right way. But it's an unconference talk, basically. So you can put whatever you want to say, you get voted up. Let's say you're a group here. Let's say maybe one person like her or you probably like submit something that you want to speak about. So you will get voted upon among all of you, and then the person who gets the most votes will be able to present or be able to speak about a certain topic. So I believe that this year we are the only bar camp that is being organized in the whole of Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken. So,
How do you exit this program? Escape, kill, exclamation.
Shift X. Quick one. Control A. Give them one.
X. This is sexy.
Who's from Cyberjaya?
yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend over there.
Oh, okay. Let's do your.
Wait, from Cyberjaya as well?
Yeah, it's just gross. Oh.
Sajwan is from
He's also Cyberjaya.
Cyberjaya.
Where's Siberian?
Cyberjaya is like the distance between like KL to Cyberjaya is like to Singapore.
No, it's not.
How like
Let's get stuck in the back of class.
No, but because like last time I used to travel to MMU lah. So in 1 week I traveled to MMU 5 days, 30 kilometers. I live in Cheras, by the way. So 30 kilometers. That's about the same amount that you take to travel from KL to Johor in 1 day.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I burn a lot of petrol lah. So yeah, this is bar camp, and yeah, basically this is it. So we're having an MMU lah, basically in MPH hall. It's also known as the multi-purpose hall, and yeah, it looks like a typical setup classroom. So this is what we had last year. Sorry, 2017. So yeah, those who sponsored us last time. This is our Facebook page.
Okay.
So if you guys want to like it, like, it's up to you. Basically, if you want to like it, but do attend if you want to know more. We have, I think we have beginner, intermediate, also expert levels to give their talks on. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, thank you. So you have another one, right? Yeah. Market Cyberjaya actually open for looking for sponsors, so if you are interested, you can talk to him. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, I'm Abhishek. I'm from this small startup named Fave. Me and my team, we have a small open source organization named Mentifix. I did not expect this to pan out the way it did.